Hello, everyone. This is Chala Dinkoy, CEO and founder of The Repositioning Expert. Welcome to another edition of Tuesday Tea Time with Chala. I didn't know if I was going to be able to pull this off, you guys. I am off to the sun tomorrow, like 5 o'clock in the morning, have to get up. So this is my last time that you might see me as, pale as a ghost. Who knows what shade I might be the next time you see me. I hope you're enjoying your tea. I have a little bit of a contentious topic today, and it's contentious because the majority of businesses that I meet are coasting on referrals. And I always think to myself, and if they're interested in my opinion, I point out to them, and or they actually come to me because they recognize that it is actually putting you and your business in jeopardy to be solely based on word of mouth. So here are some of the reasons. Now, word of mouth, let me just take a sip, and this time it's not hot. I've been running around getting things done. All right. Okay. So the source is thinkimpact.com research. And they say that 75% of word of mouth is the key influencer in B2B decisions. So 75% of decisions in B2B are made, B2B purchases are made from word of mouth. And in fact, if you were to look at the total number of leads that come to B2B, it's 65% of them are from referrals. So it is a very large majority of people who are depending on these referrals. Now, why do I think it makes you weaker? Because in my experience, and this doesn't have to represent you, if you're so comfortable, like comfort is the enemy of growth. So if you're so comfortable, you really don't need to do any marketing. And I've actually had so many companies and CEOs tell me, I've never had to market. I don't want to market. I'm doing fine. It's wonderful. And that is wonderful. However, here are some of the reasons why you may want to rethink that strategy of just coasting on referrals. So in my experience, when companies are just based on solely referrals, one of the things that gets weak is their presence in social media. And a lot of clients that I talk to, or a lot of prospects that I talk to, they're maintaining that their audience are not on social media. But the whole thing is, every single CEO turns into a consumer when they go home at night, or now that they're home, they shut off their work computer and they get onto their devices, or they get onto some sort of social media because it's everywhere. You can't escape it. So if you have let that go for your company, that you're not in any type of media or social media, you're not influencing them as a whole, whether it's during their decision hours or off hours. Everybody is a consumer at the end of the day. So that's one of the reasons why it could be dangerous. It could weaken you to not invest in those things. Another is prospects Google you, right? It doesn't matter if you've been referred, and I've been referred, but it doesn't matter. They will look up your online presence. And one of the big hallmarks of someone who never has to market is that they are literally empty content. They don't have the content online because they don't have a content strategy. They don't have a messaging strategy, and they don't have a need. So they think and they don't do it. And so if there's really no content and the prospect is looking you up, it's kind of like a red flag. Now, from the other side, you remember this is the big quit. It's, the great year of the great resignation. So talent cares about your culture too. And most often what I find are clients who have fallen into this referral trap, who don't invest in any kind of output or marketing or messaging or anything like that. They're also vulnerable because new talent that they're trying to recruit is going to be looking at any of their values and their culture and what they sponsor and what they support. So if none of that is out there, because you don't feel the need to put it out there because you're coasting on referrals again, that's going to scare off future talent. Another reason why I think solely referral-based companies are weaker is because I feel that every CEO needs to be visible because you know the old adage that everybody is buying you. They're not buying your services or your products, they're buying you. So visibility is money. Don't forget that. The next reason why referral-based companies are weaker is because if your competitors are actually messaging and they are doing outbound and they're doing outreach, they're going to outstrip your success because everybody else is doing it. And if you're one of the ones, the old dinosaurs that are not doing it, and you're just coasting on your referrals, again, what happens when your referral sources dry up and you look like a dinosaur because they're visible, they're out there. And this brings us to the next issue of when your Rolodex runs dry, meaning like millennials don't even know what a Rolodex is, I bet you, but it's when your referrers, there is a fluctuation of referrals, either due to market conditions or because their situation is bad and they're not doing any more business, or they've moved off. You cannot control anything outside of you. You have to control how you bring people to work with you, how you bring leads to come and ask to work with you, if you can't get any more referrals. So you can run out of word of mouth, and let's hope that never happens. But do you have a plan in place if and when that happens? And then the last piece of advice is around up-leveling the people who are already coming to you. And I get a lot of clients who have a lot of referrals, but they're not the kind of clients that they want to work with, either from the type of work, either from the type of budget, the industry of client. Like they want to switch, and so they don't know how to do it strategically, and they don't know how to put together a plan to attract them. And that's what we do. We roll our sleeves in and go to work, because if you want to up level the kind of referrals that you're already getting, that's one of the ways to do it, is to figure out how to get them on your own without having to depend on other people. But other than that, those are the weaknesses. I mean, those are why I think basically companies that are too comfortable with referrals have a weakness. And, if this resonates with you, if you've been thinking that, and that's sort of like a niggling sort of internal thought that you've had, and you are the CEO of a B2B company, please reach out and let's talk, because it's so important that the earlier that you do, and the smallest things that you do, can make the biggest difference. And it's a build and it's a start. So that's my advice before I go off to the sunny skies, hopefully not to burn and peel, but hopefully to come back with a glow and warm my bones, because it is still super cold outside with the wind in Toronto. So thanks for watching, everyone. I will see you in 2 weeks. All the best.